Whether you're a black belt or just starting off, there's something for everyone.
We are delighted to reintroduce the Matchat podcast, an exciting, fresh format where we've put together a range of chats that are both informational and fun.
Let us take you through episodes packed with insightful interviews that will help expand your knowledge base and challenge your perspective on this dynamic combat art.
So get your uniform on, tie your belt, and bow into
the Matchat.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Matchat, our martial arts talk. I'm AJ, your friendly neighborhood kicker. 2023, we have a lineup of martial arts talks for you guys, and I'm happy to introduce to you all a new host for the Matchat series, Kaya Jackson.
Hey guys, I'm super excited to be a part of the Matchat series. Just a little bit about myself. My name is Kaya J. I am a jiu-jitsu athlete. I've been training mostly jiu-jitsu for about 6 years, and yeah, I'm just super excited to be a part of it. So yeah, thanks for having me.
That's awesome. I mean, great to hear. Ultimately, like, I really wanted to start this podcast too, and you've been actually a guest on the show anyway too, right?
I have.
To like share more knowledge about martial arts in general and from different experiences, different styles, different mediums of the sorts. So I thought it would be awesome to have Kaya in here and like joining the crew and chatting with you guys on a regular. So yeah, happy to have you, and thank you for joining in on this amazing venture of the martial arts talk, our Matchat.
Of course.
Yep. So anyway, you guys might not be familiar with Kaya Jackson. Kaya Jackson. I want full name there for whatever reason. Don't know why. I apologize with that.
Listen, the government name is always fine.
But yeah, so we're gonna take this episode here to basically introduce you guys to Kaya and myself. So we'll kind of be interviewing each other first. So if you guys aren't familiar with it, you guys can listen along and get to know us, and hopefully be joining us throughout the rest of the year with our Matchats. So I guess first off, we'll start with the classic question: how did we get into martial arts? So Kaya, since you are our new host, I'm gonna be the throwing it over to your end of the lawn there to start off.
Okay. All right. So just like most people, you watch the UFC and you're like, yeah, I can do that thing. Well, I saw like a couple of fights. I was like sitting at my desk job and I was just like watching a couple of fights and I was like, oh man, I think I want to try this thing. So I like search up my local gyms, and then also me just like being really into anime, I was like, all right, I think I want to try fighting as a hobby on the side. So searched up my local gym, and then I found a gym, started training. Didn't really actually like it that much. I was like, maybe this isn't for me. But eventually, somewhere down the line, I found a good gym, and I was just so excited about it, and that's pretty much how I got into it. What about you? How'd you get into training?
I was very much enthralled with the Jackie Chan Adventure series. I don't know if you're familiar with that cartoon show.
I am.
Yeah, and Power Rangers too. Like, so unfortunately, the Power Rangers love didn't really grow through my adulthood, but loving like Jackie Chan and Jackie Chan martial arts action definitely has. So my parents saw that I very much liked the cartoons and the shows, and I had a wonderful thing to try to imitate the moves, and I had a little sister, so I practiced the moves, not with my sister, I guess at my sister, if per se. So they're like, you know what, we should probably put this child into martial arts classes so she doesn't murder her sibling at that point. So the whole self-control, extra energy stuff, I was like one of those kids for the most part. So yeah, that's kind of how I got into it. And once I started, I really just never stopped, and I absolutely enjoyed it. So I started like 5.5 years old. No.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
okay.
so I was one of those like literal karate kids, I guess, growing up with it. And got into like sport karate, American Kempo first, and then grew all the way to what I am now, which you guys might have seen on the internet somewhere, or if not, hello, hi, welcome to this wonderful chat here. So yeah.
So putting your children into martial arts is definitely the move.
Yes. Yes. As long as they're teaching your instructors, they are teaching your kids not to fight each other, that when it's not in the martial arts school, fighting in the martial arts school, okay, if there's rules and stuff, there's I think healthy violence. I'm one of those people. I was like, healthy violence, it's okay. It's controlled, it's healthy, and all that stuff. You get your emotions out there in a wonderful fashion. But at home, there's an appropriate time and appropriate place, right? Self-control's very much right. So
right.
You started more so in your later, like what, young adulthood ish?
Yeah, I was about 19 when I first started jiu-jitsu. That was the first time I ever even really thought about like trying out martial arts.
Gotcha.
Because I come from like a really small town, so there was either basketball, football. There was no wrestling team. There was not really a lot of like martial arts schools. So when I did get introduced to it, I was in college, and yeah, I just fell in love with it.
But you were always athletic before getting into martial arts before?
Yeah. So I played basketball. I ran track. I did softball. I did anything that allowed me to stay active and away from home, just like out with my friends. And yeah, so I was like always into sports. And so when I went to college, that kind of disappeared. And I need to find something else. I need to do something. And that's another reason why I was just even searching for something to do.
I got you with that. So,
did you play any other sports?
My parents tried to put me into soccer, I think, before. That didn't last too long. I think that was like 3-4 years old, maybe, that sort. So the ones where like the kids are running, but they don't really play soccer. They just kick the ball around.
They just run and kick, yeah.
Oh, but dude, so much energy. I would like, I don't know. I think kicking now and kicking in soccer ball then, probably good. But other than that, literally martial arts has just been the consistent thing in terms of a sport that I have done. I haven't done anything like, I guess, classically, like basketball, softball, what else? Lacrosse? Like, wait, is it lacrosse? The one with the stick with the curve with the weird stick, right?
Yeah.
Or no, is that the one with the basket? What's the one with the basket?
Wait, the one with the basket is lacrosse.
So what's the one with the weird stick? Field hockey? That's field hockey,
cricket?
right?
Oh.
No. Oh, dude, yo. Wait. Well, viewers, you let us know what the thing I'm talking about, because I don't remember.
I went left field.
It looks like a nubby candy cane, like a wooden nubby candy cane. You know what I'm talking about?
Maybe it is field hockey. I don't know. We definitely did not have field hockey.
No, I don't know, man. I didn't play any of those things. Like, I know what cricket looks like, but I don't. I think it's field hockey. I believe it's field hockey. But besides the point, I didn't do much sports, and if it involved a ball and a stick, I was like doomed. A ball was always a ball magnet to me. So, like, with recess and everything, like, my head always found the freaking like ball to my face all the time, which made a good goalie for like other stuff. But otherwise,
you could have been perfect goalie in soccer.
But yeah, no, terrible aim.
Okay.
Terrible aim with a ball, terrible aim with a stick. Put a ball and a stick together, I can't do it. So baseball is like definitely the worst sport to put me in it at any point. So yeah.
But listen, I know I said I played all of these things, but that doesn't mean I'm good at any of them. Now that I look at it, now that I see myself in martial arts, I noticed that I was not very good at anything else. I just played those things.
Gotcha. Wait, so I guess when you started martial arts, were you the type of student that was kind of quick to catch on to a lot of the instruction, or no, not really? Like, you had to work at a lot of this stuff? Because I know it varies depending on the person.
I for sure had to work at all of those things. I moved well. I moved relatively well. Like, I moved well, but as far as like understanding when to move and how to, like, the timing and the balance, that came through a lot of like trial and error. A lot of times I was being thrown across the room by my coach, so I definitely wasn't naturally good at it. But I really enjoy training. Even, like, I just said that I was so terrible at sports. Even at basketball, I was the kid that was outside always, like, bouncing the ball or trying to do layups or shooting free throws. Same thing is true with my training now. Like, I just love training no matter what it is. And so that's how I eventually started to master that part of things, like my movement, and understand the game.
I got you. So, well, I mean, hey, it transfers to a lot of things, I would think, right? The hard work and everything too. So, and I mean, you stuck with it, and now you're like on like stages and getting like freaking like, what is it, international or nationally recorded for some of these events? Like,
some of it's international. It's super cool. It's so cool to do.
Like, dang, like Kaya's like legit. Like, seriously, if you guys have not checked her out on her pages and stuff, like, she's like freaking legit.
I'm working on it.
Hey, I think it's pretty dope, man. I think it's pretty dope.
Thanks.
So do you recall the moment that you, like, I guess, knew that you loved martial arts? Like, that exact moment, like, yes, I'm definitely going to do this for the rest of my life.
I think, honestly, I didn't know for sure. Like, I was like, oh yeah, this is cool. This is a cool hobby. This is something that I do after work. I didn't know for sure that I loved this thing until my coach was like, he came up to me before he left. This was before he was like my official coach. he was like, "Hey, what do you want to do with this thing?" And I was just like, "I don't know. It's kind of cool. I like doing it." And he was just like, "You could be really good at it." And so I drove home. I was like thinking about this all the way home. And the next day I started training. Like, I wanted to get good at it, and that was the moment where I was like, "All right, I think I want to do this as a profession, and I want to do this like full time, and I know that I want to get really good at this thing." So it was probably like a few days after we had that conversation, and I was like, "Okay, I'm in. I'm all in."
Oh damn. I mean, that's a turning point right there, and you haven't looked back since, right?
No, not at all. Did you have a moment where you were just like, "All right, this is"? Did it come early or?
I would like to say it came early, but I guess understanding the commitment that I was making at that point didn't come until I was probably like a young adult, right? So I always tell the story in regards to like my parents were supportive in regards to taking me to karate and obviously playing for martial arts classes, because I would like to consider like training in martial arts, if you don't have it around you, it's already sometimes a very rare commodity. If you're definitely, let's say, in the United States, out like on like in the middle of the country itself, like there's not a lot of martial arts schools that you might find there. Then at the same time too, if you don't have the monetary means to actually pay for classes, like that's another barrier that kind of prevents you from training martial arts here, right? So unless you happen to find, say for example, like a local community center that offers martial arts classes for a little bit, or like if anything, an instructor that's willing to like cut a deal or offers like special scholarships and stuff, it's difficult, right, honestly, to get into martial arts. And I didn't really realize that until I got older, right? So parents were supportive and like, hey, you can go, but they weren't really supportive, like you should make it a career kind of thing. And that was a part. It was kind of like, I kind of want to make sure you're not starving and out on the streets kind of thing, so maybe you should go to college and stuff for another bit. So I know I told my parents exactly at 3rd grade, because I was about to like test for my junior black belt. I was part of like that American system where they had the whole junior black belt thing, right? And I was like, Mom, Dad, I want to run a school one day. And they're like, no. And I'm like, okay. I guess we're gonna go businesswoman or engineer or something, over the medical field or something of the sort. So I was just like, okay, I guess but it didn't really bother me too much for the most part, because it's like, okay, well, I mean, I'm a kid, right? And I mean, the idea of pursuing something like on that level is also kind of cool too, if you were to be in one of those professions. I just realized now I don't have the patience or the study mentality to really retain that stuff. Like, so kudos to you guys that did actually become lawyers, doctors, scientists, researchers, anything of the sort, of that matter. But that's pretty dope in itself. But yeah, so 3rd grade, first time I realized it.
Yeah, and trying to sell martial arts to your parents as a full-time gig is, man, that's a hard one. That's a really hard one, because I mean, like you said, it's really hard to make money in martial arts. Just doing martial arts.
Yeah, I
like
think
the fun parts.
The fun parts, yeah, because I guess. And I mean, I know we might have this as like a Matchat, like later down the line with it. There's ways to make money. It's just that making it the way that feels good for the soul, if that makes any sense. Because I know with any profession out there, guys, right? Like you sacrifice certain things, and there's just certain parts that I just don't want to sacrifice for the sake of money, right? Like if that's your stick, cool thing. But I'm trying to do it my own way. You know what I mean?
Right,
so,
right. In a way that you feel good about that. You know, my coach always says, or even my mentor, he's always like, yeah, you can do this a lot of different ways, but you don't want to build a job for yourself that you don't want anymore. So like, you have the luxury of building this thing right here. Don't build it in a way that you regret later on. So yeah, understood.
Yeah, so that's one thing. So I guess speaking of jobs, right? So I mean, us being content creators, right, this is technically a job, or a way we're trying to make this a job too, right? Yeah. So please feed the starving artist over here. Just saying that. Shameless plugs here, guys. Yeah, please. Yeah, please like, comment, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, social medias and stuff, all that good things. Like to the mic. Hello, awkward shameless plug.
Yeah, awkward, really awkward.
But that being said, so I guess we'll cut to our next topic here. Like, I guess, what are some of your goals that you personally have, like, coming onto the podcast, the Matchat?
So, when you first introduced the idea, I was like, okay, I'm all in. For one, because I have a personal goal for myself to just talk more, just because it's one of those things that I kind of struggle with. I'm not the most social person. I'm not the best speaker. And it's, like you said, we're trying to, like, figure out how to make money in a way that feels good, or make this a full-time gig in a way that feels good. And part of that is being able to talk more. And I feel like the more that I could like talk to you and talk to our audience, the better I'll be at speaking for seminars or speaking to my class. I teach a 6 a.m. class, and I just feel like I could speak better and I could like relay information better. But also, I would love, like, I already share tips and tricks and different parts of my life on social media. I would love to do that to a different audience and just be able to help as many people as I can just get through this, because it's not laid out for everyone. So it's nice to have somebody to guide you through it. So main 2 goals, those are my main 2 goals. Do you have any? What are your goals for this year?
So
with the podcast.
So as a very awkwardly social person that somehow chose this profession to connect with random strangers on the internet sometimes, it is the human part of genuinely connecting with people from like all walks of life. And I think sharing stories that both inspire, educate, and like, I guess, share the real deal of what it is, helps with connecting people, I think. And I remember definitely, I think if martial arts outside of the kicking and punching, right, I definitely remember more so the emotional connections that I have been able to make, in both good and bad, because you learn both from the good and the bad, right?
Right.
So it definitely has changed me as a person and helped me grow into what I am now, and I'm still growing and still learning definitely every single day with that. So if I'm able to help connect people together, and especially in terms of just representation too, I think for showing female martial arts, since that's like just close to my heart, being a female myself, right?
Right.
I think showing a more, not, what's the word? How do I want to describe it? Showing in regards to just not just the looks part of the female strengths, right, that we have, and obviously in certain regards. And I think that's fantastic. I think that's awesome. And it's good even if you're a guy or whatever it is, right? Like, you should be good about feeling about yourself, right? Like, have confidence in how you look and who you are as a human being, right?
Right.
But I think there's another point that sometimes we forget, even with this day and age in social media, just talking and being intelligent and actually talking from more experience and learning from each other and listening. And this is what I really wanted the podcast to evolve into now. So I very much appreciate, Kaya, for you hopping on and doing this for the first time around when I started doing the Matchat, and to now being a co-host here. So yeah, that's kind of like my main goal, just genuine connection, sharing awesome stories, and hopefully, obviously, growing this into something bigger, and hopefully we can connect with more people around the world.
Right.
So
yeah. I really appreciate you even allowing me to like talk. Like, it's a really big deal to me to just be able to talk to different people and share my experiences. So I appreciate the opportunity, seriously.
Hey, damn. Like, man, I need to train with you one day. And by the way, like, yo, I need to train with you. I need to get my butt whooped by you and other people, because I am definitely out of like the combative side of stuff right now. I'm trying to get back into it for this.
Let's go.
Dude, yeah, you can help me out with the ground game stuff, because I have to get back into my striking game and getting my butt tossed and stuff too with things.
No worries. I'll let you kick me as much as you want. It's fine. I'm trying to learn that side of the things. Yeah, let's trade the thing. Like, I'm trying to learn the stand-up game. I can put you on the ground game. It's a perfect combo.
Oh, man. So we just talked about goals for the podcast, but personal goals. Kaya, what are some goals that you have for your martial arts career going forward, actually?
So I've been doing jiu-jitsu mostly. I'm looking this year to step into MMA. So I'm adding, we talked about it, a new style. So I'm going to be...
Yeah, buddy.
I'm going to be stepping into MMA. I think we haven't officially booked the thing yet, but February 11th is when I'm scheduled to have my first MMA fight. So my MMA debut.
Wait, so is it amateur, or is it going to be like you're going right into the pro league, or are you going into amateur first?
I'm going into amateur first, which is a shocker, because for a while here, we've been trying since last year, and for a while here, we just thought we were not going to get a fight. Like, everybody would be like, yeah, I'm all in, who's the girl? And then they'd look me up, and it's like, nope, I'm out. It's like, bro, I haven't punched a person before yet. It's fine. So, yeah. First goal is to win my MMA debut. I'm looking to of course, go pro with MMA and see where I could take that. But also, I really just love jiu-jitsu. I've been doing more combat jiu-jitsu, and I'm looking to just get into jiu-jitsu with strikes. And I want to, this year, I swear, I'm going to break into that top 10 list. I feel like I'm somewhere in the top 25, but like I want to be on that top 10 list for flow grappling of best 115ers in the world. Yeah.
That's what, technically featherweight, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Strawweight.
Sorry, my bad. What's featherweight? Sorry, my bad.
125. I do some competitions at 125 too, but I'm trying to get into that 115 list. That's mostly where I compete at, and so
dang.
I want to break that top 10. I know I'm gonna do it. I feel it this year.
So you compete mostly like the 115 ranges usually?
Yes.
Holy heck, you're dense as hell in terms of like muscle. That means, man. Sorry, I just put that together because off the top, because like I don't have as much muscular mass honestly at this point in time right now. Most of that just goes to the freaking legs at this point, right? But that's the point. Because I usually walk around like I think 120 lately, and then like on like I'm eating a lot of food days like 125.
Yep.
I'm like 115. That's hard to like cut down into honestly in terms of just the dieting and the fighting and stuff like that. Like holy shit, yo.
Yeah. I walk around at like 120. Like right now I'm probably 130. Honestly, it's the holidays. Don't judge me. But I'm like 125. I'm super short. Is what you need to know.
Wait, no, you can't be that short.
I'm 5'2".
We're the same thing, man. We're
okay, all right.
We're okay, yo. We're okay. Like right. Usually I'm like, no, you're not sure. Like if you're like maybe below 5'2", we'll talk about it maybe at a different time. But no. We're perfectly fine. Our heights are fine.
Yeah.
We're fine.
Yeah, right. But yeah, so MMA, CJJ, and I want to hit that top 10 list. And of course, I'm not like searching. I'm not like pressed about getting my black belt anytime soon. I know it's probably not coming anytime soon. Mm-hmm. But of course, that's the ultimate goal is to, be promoted to black belt. But for now, I want to just dominate the competition scene. That's kind of where I'm gearing my game towards. What about you? What goals are you having here?
Well, one, I'm super excited for you. I'm like really floored to hear that you're going to be taking an MMA fight possibly this year. So that's freaking sick. And one, I think you're badass enough to take top 10 definitely for that list. Okay, so
thank you.
I don't know. Yeah, you guys should watch her fights. I'm just putting that out there right now. So, but I guess in terms of personal goals in regards to, for me, martial arts wise, like I had the whole thing that I wanted to get my first amateur fight for Muay Thai kickboxing back literally in 2020, beginning of 2020, before the pandemic literally just hit. Oh. So right as I had to like call out for like a month basically, because I realized I don't know what it was, like stress or something of the sort. I always like getting like stomach ulcers and stuff. So I had to stop my training then. And then literally after that, it's like, oh, okay, world closed down. So there was like no training whatsoever. I'm like, God dang it, why?
Just as I decided.
Yeah, just as I decided. I'm like, God dang it, man. So I would like to pick that up again this year. So I've been saving in terms of money to go travel back up to my good friend Hero G up in North Jersey. So he trains for basically the Muay Thai kickboxing fights and just kickboxing fights in general and stuff, and he's been a really good friend, and I wouldn't really want anyone else to be my coach, just because I think he's also a badass as well. So why not have a badass train you so you can also become badass, right? That's kind of how it works here, right? For the most part there. So I really want to be able to do that. So I'm trying to get back into traveling up there and training at least by the summer, hopefully to have a regular routine of just going there again, as well as hopefully by the fall winter season getting a fight if I'm ready. So it really just depends on that. Yeah. So hopefully we can finally cross that off the list, because it's literally been since 2020. It's 2022 now. We're going, well, no, not 2022 now. Technically it's 2023. Technically it's 2023. So I need to get this off this bucket list like real quick. So
let's go.
Yeah, so definitely hopping in that. And martial arts wise, I mean, I don't know about this year, but I would love to be able to train overseas. Definitely like for a couple months. That's like one of my big goals, and just being able to train in a different like environment. It doesn't have to be like one of those like Muay Thai retreats or anything of the sort. Like I can go to like Africa maybe like one day and like train over there for some stuff, or go into, I don't know, what other like South America or just whatever style, and just really see how other people from around the world kind of approach martial arts, I think. Just because the punches and kicks and stuff are for the most part the same, depending on the style, right? But I think the mentality that kind of gets intertwined with also the cultural stuff is a different experience in itself. And I very much would love to do that, and as well just like kind of break out of the norm too, right? Like,
yeah, right.
Between the pandemic and also being a awkwardly social person, like I'm usually like stuck at the editing desk for the most part. I'm usually stuck at the editing desk for the most part. So yeah, those are some kind of like long-term goals with it. I don't know if I want to go for ranking anymore, just because I think I value more just the knowledge and the application of that knowledge from martial arts nowadays. So yeah, that's one thing with that, and just be able to train when I want to train and not have to train because I have to balance between work and stuff. So again,
that's a big one.
Yeah, shameless plug, guys. Please support. Please like check out our stuff. We appreciate it, so we can keep doing what we love and make our parents happy, make ourselves happy, and not starve to death. Yeah.
Yes. Can you take this when you edit this? Can you take this and like put the
yes, please.
Put my praying hands together and get
the gates of heaven will open with like the weird text that says please support.
Yes, please, thank you.
We humbly invite you to do so. But so that's in regards to goal wise, I guess martial arts. So immediate thing, the fight, and then the whole maybe traveling the world or just going international with it. Yes.
Would you want to go to Thailand in like April, because that is also on the list?
April?
Yeah.
Like of this year?
Yeah.
I mean, we could talk about it. Okay. It depends on the resources provided, but I mean, I would be pretty down. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that's kind of on the list. The goal was to take the first fight, see how I like it, see how it feels, and then go get better at striking. So me, a teammate, and a coach, we're gonna try to go to Thailand for like a couple of weeks and do things. Yeah,
I will humbly accept that interest invitation because I would love to find out more. So yeah, definitely with that. But yeah, if anything, like guys, you can learn martial arts anywhere, right? So right. I think if you really, really, really have the passion and drive to do something, you will find the means to do it. That is definitely one of those things there, no matter what it is, be it martial arts, be it dieting, be it getting good at a video game or something like that. I don't know, like anything of the sort. If you want to really do something, you just need to set the time for it and really say, yes, I'm going to do it. And yeah, internationally wise, it's like, yeah, if it makes sense and I can do that reasonably without completely going broke, I think there's a way to do it. Yeah. And I think that's a wrap for today's Match Chat. So I'm super excited for this year, and I'm glad we were able to connect. And I can't wait to connect with all you guys that are listening or watching, whatever it is. Like, I'm pretty excited and pretty stoked in terms of having Kaya on and everything too. And really, the goal is to release an episode every month. We'll try to stick to that schedule there, guys. So if you have any topics or guests that you'd like for us to interview throughout the year, let us know in the comments below. If you guys are on YouTube, hit us up on Discord. I know I have a Discord server that you guys can like chat on there. Kaya, I don't know if you have anything particular that people can reach out to you possibly, maybe?
Oh yeah, for sure. You could find me on Instagram and TikTok at kaya.j, KIAYA.j. And I also have like Facebook. I'm in the Discord server, so find me on AJ's Discord server.
I'll start a message thread or something there. Maybe people can like drop their topic things there.
Oh yeah, that'd be dope. That would be super dope. But yeah, I'm also on YouTube. It's Kaya J. So yeah, can you put the praying hands right there and go subscribe to all things?
Yes, please.
Find me if you do have any questions. Feel free to reach out anytime. I'll get back to you for sure.
Yeah, definitely with that. And that's pretty much it. So of course, guys, if you aren't already subscribed to this channel, please do so. You guys can also follow all my links, ajkick101.com, and whatever else is in the description. Please read it. It's there for a reason. Please read it. Do that. You can, and plus you might find some cool like codes and stuff down there along the line, so you never know what you might be missing in terms of a deal. And of course patreon.com/ajkick101 and stuff there too. But guys, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and as always, remember, keep on kicking, and we are bowing out on this Match Chat. Bye guys.